Fake Pod. Let's frickin' go. What is up, everyone? Chat's rolling, it looks like, here on a Monday night after the long weekend. Good little sports weekend. You get nestled into work. Work hits you in the face. I don't know if there's ever any nestling in. I know Elliot's a grinder. How we doing, my friend? How was the work day? I know it's kind of that weird month. With the holidays and stuff, everyone kind of just turns the volume down a little bit. But I know your profession, maybe not. So
yeah, no, man, it's been busy. Unfortunately, sometimes it's when the holidays stuck kind of right in the middle of the week, makes it a little bit more difficult to get patients in, which then kind of makes the whole month a clusterfuck pretty much. Because everybody's wanting to get in, don't have enough spots, just creates a mass chaos pretty much. So, and then, you get the 2-day work weeks and then the 3-day work weeks, and you're kind of playing catch up. So it feels like you're never caught up. You're never on top of things. So the joys of healthcare over the holidays. But yeah, nope. Like you said, Monday smacked me in the face. But I'm here. We're standing tall, ready to talk a great Tuesday slate, and then go to sleep, wake up, get smacked in the face again.
You get any time off at all? I know I'm taking some time off, just a little bit next week, working a little bit next week, but taking some time off, and then taking time off the following week for New Year's as well. So be nice, little reset. Got some day ball on that day or that week. You got any time off at all or no?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be off for since we're clinic based. We'll be off Christmas Eve and Christmas.
Nice,
which is nice.
I'm not even off Christmas Eve. I had to take that off myself. So.
And then same thing. New Year's Eve we're working half day, and then New Year's Day we're off. But then I'll probably still, there's work to always be done, so I'll be pitter pattering around. But take a few days off for sure.
And I'm pumped up for it. It's gonna be the holidays, as we know. Good hoop sesh. It's kind of going into that. We're gonna be on a break next week. Will be weird with our schedule, so probably will be a little pump fake pod, a few day break. But the following week we'll be rocking, as there's some good games on for sure. But yep. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Hit that like button on the video. It means a lot. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. We talk about every game on the following day, or on the next day slate of games. We chop it up. We put our picks out. Should be in the comment section or description of the video, and then also pinned to our Twitter at PumpFakePod. So give that a follow. And our Instagram at PumpFakePod _ as we start soft launching that, maybe hard launching it. You never know. And want to just shout out our partner that the Pump Fake Pod has partnered with Rhythm. Rhythm.ai is available on the App Store, available on the web browser. They got a great interface, an easy interface. I come from the days of chopping up CSVs. Those days are no more using Rhythm. It's been fun. It's also been very informative as well. And a lot of insights go into their models and predictive insights and modeling in general, not just only in CBB, but even in CBB throughout in college football, the transfer portal. They can handle all that with all their historical stats and data that they have and put into their models. So very cool tool. Make sure to go to rhythm.com or rhythm.ai on the App Store. Download that. Use promo code PFP25. It's coming on the ticker here below. PFP25 for 25% off first month. But yeah, Elliot, you got anything to say about Rhythm? I know you've been diving into it and enjoying it. I'm sure it's been great for you. I know how busy you are up on your feet, but I know how easy and accessible it is to use Rhythm. So I'm sure that you can just, when you're looking at your phone or have the chance, it's not a bad tool to use while you're, need a quick look and looking at the slate of games.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. it's kind of nice, especially just I've been kind of getting more into like totals, over unders, things of that nature, and it kind of really pins those down. And so when I kind of like an edge on a total or on whether it's an over or an under, and then I kind of get that backing from Rhythm, it's always a little confidence boost. Kind of allows me to really kind of hone in on my plays. Maybe not using spot betting as well, but then backing it with some analytics and some data too. And kind of proof is in the pudding. It's been well for us so far. I haven't necessarily tracked, every single play that has been Rhythm backed myself. Maybe I should, but it seems to be, profitable, hitting more than it's losing whenever I have a play that I want to fire on, and I see that Rhythm backs it. Generally, for the most hand, it's not foolproof. It's not going to be 100%. Nothing ever is. But I've definitely been winning more than I'm losing for sure.
Hey, yeah. And the Rhythm play of the day is tracked on our pick sheet that I was talking about earlier, and it's winning. And it may make it's going to make a comeback today after a short slate of games. But we tied pretty much. I lose 0.09 units. I had to give out a Big Mac to somebody. So the books gave them a Big Mac meal, but still sitting at 30.82 units. I've hit the 800 bets mark on the season with 441 wins, 357 losses, and 1 win, sitting at 30.82 units on the year. And we got a lot of games to talk about for tomorrow. Elliot, what was your record today?
3-3 for me. Luckily laid off of the Gardner Webb game. I took them, but I was like, I'm not feeling confident backing them. So that was my only no bet. It lost. So glad I didn't bet the board, because I would have been 3-4. But 3-3, down a little bit, like you said. But man, really the only game. I mean, there's a few games that were pretty fun, kind of up and down type of things. But I think my favorite cap was that East Texas A&M SELA cap that I gave out yesterday. I told everybody, somebody was probably going to be up 8 to 10 points, but they're down the stretch. It was going to be, tied or a one possession game. And sure enough, I think East Texas A&M even pulled, we're up like 8 to 10 there in the start of the second half. You look 4 minutes left, it was like tied up 58. Fun little game down the stretch. East Texas A&M got the win outright. So that was a fun game there down the stretch to kind of watch and be on the right side of, for sure.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, if I did all my bets, I'd be 4-3, but Wofford definitely covered, and their team total over covered. East Texas A&M, I felt like they controlled that entire game. I didn't get a chance to watch as I was traveling for work today, but East Texas A&M got the dub, but I was score watching. They kind of had control of that. They kept it within reach, and then South Dakota State just didn't at all. That team kind of sucks. They're unathletic, and Wyoming's the real deal, man. I really like this Wyoming team, and albeit to Sundance Wicks.
Yeah, man, that was not necessarily a shocker of the night, but I didn't expect that. Obviously we've known Wyoming's a good program this year for sure, especially being as competitive as they were against Texas Tech on the road. Thought maybe it was a nice little get-up spot for South Dakota State, even though they aren't the greatest this year. But, man, Wyoming made me eat my words there.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. And then McNeese State almost covered against Houston Christian, even after being down 7.5. They only win by 10. I didn't bet that game, but good for you betting Houston Christian. That was a good spot for them. But still, all McNeese needed was a decent first half, and they would have covered that for sure. But down by 7, they clawed back. They win by 10. Still a good win. And then Incarnate Word. I don't know why I didn't bet this. I was angry. I loved it last night, and the cap was perfect. the team total under hit too for Incarnate Word, right on the hook. And they still covered. So TCU just came out sloppy after a good offensive performance. You know, it was a busy day for me. I didn't even get my picks on the sheet till the morning. It was all over the place. So, but tonight, tomorrow will be better. But yes, I was mad about not betting Incarnate Word. They were up 6 at half. They were up in the second half, and then the writing was on the wall for one of these P5 teams that kind of get back into it. They win by 3 or 4, and take down Incarnate Word. But shout out Davion Bailey, 32 points, 5 rebounds. Incredible stat line there. And a steal as well and a block. So Davion Bailey putting up more than half, almost more than half his team's points, basically. 32 of the 65. So stud performance there for Incarnate Word.
9 of 18 from 3 too.
Whew. Clipping.
Had 9 of 18. The team shot 10 of 23 total, and he was 9 of 18 of them. So clipping. Unbelievable. And then Elliot, Trevor is not hiding from us from this one. He is sick, so feel better, Trevor. But Alabama A&M, yeah, the line was there. We went with the better team. Alabama A&M gets it done. North Alabama was up kind of early, and then they just lacked the efficiency after their first scoring run to start the game. And then outside of that, A&M just kind of controlled them, really slowed it down. And it was, kind of one in the trenches there for A&M. And North Alabama kind of sucks offensively. So bad on us. We went with the better team, Cap. It's worked out some days, diving into the stink. But unfortunately, we didn't go with the easy cap there, A&M. We went with the opposite, and it works sometimes. But shout out to Trevor betting A&M there. Yep, shout out to Trevor on that lock battle. I think at one point it was like 17-7 there at the very beginning of the game. And then I was like, oh, shit, this is not going to be good because I knew with it looking like that out the stretch, it was probably not going to be on the right side of things. But it is what it is. Congrats, Trev. Hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better, heal the sickness a little bit faster.
Yes, for sure. It's definitely was a good day. We really went through all the games there. It's an easy slate other than Niagara VCU. They're overhit. Perfect cap there as well too. It looked like it went over by just the half, but it was going to be there more. Niagara kept up. It was a 71-point first half. That was fun to watch, and 71-point half on the other side. But Niagara only scored 24 in that second half. But still, 58 points. VCU 84. Did not cover, as we were scared of that big number. Didn't want to take Niagara, but the over hits there. Points. For the Purple Eagles there. Let's go.
Yeah, I lost that one. I took the team total over. It just struggled out the gate. Didn't really score as much there in the first kind of 10 minutes or so. So that was kind of unfortunate. I thought I was going to get maybe a little legacy cover because they kept putting it on. We're hitting some threes down the stretch, and I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm going to get this somehow." But it didn't come through. It was not the right side, so that's all right.
Yep. And hey, where's Stooley Picks? Yes. How about let's flood his Twitter? Let's all send him get well soons on Twitter. I think that'd be a nice gesture. I think it's at Stooley Picks. I'm dropping that in the chat right now. And let's send him some best wishes. Why don't we all send him feel betters, get well soons? I think that would be nice and a nice gesture. We all miss Stooley for sure. And I'm not your cuck here, but we have to talk about the games that we bet on, man. But hey, we're gonna get to the games for tomorrow. 50 minutes away from being tomorrow. Let's freaking go. How the heck are we, everybody? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? We're going into the December 16th slate of games here. We got some day ball. It's your normal Super Tuesday kind of slate. A little bit lighter. Still, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's going to be 46 or 36 games to discuss tonight. So always a fun time. Like I said, we're getting in that routine of short Monday slates, good Tuesday slates, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays still good slates, but Tuesday being that kind of packed house with good main event card games going on as well too. All right, let's freaking go. Howard, day ball, 11 a.m. Let's get rid of this freaking Happy Holidays badge real quick. There we go. Let's do something though, maybe. Gosh, not fun. All right, we'll figure it out later. We're almost there. Christmas music's almost over. Sorry, I'm being a Scrooge there. For Drexel, laying 5.5. Over/unders 139.5 for Howard. Howard has won 3 straight games. Now they're catching points. Beat Hampton 61-57, A&T 73-69, and we've been riding the Howard Bison for sure. But now with Drexel laying points, I find it kind of interesting. It is in Philadelphia. Drexel hasn't played since December 6th. Howard's played 2 times since that day, and they played on December 6th as well too. I feel like Drexel randomly kind of gets up for games, especially at home. They only beat Morgan State by 5, though. NJIT, they dominated. I'm not saying Howard's an NJIT. I think Howard is much better, but I think Zach Spiker will have this defense going better than it has been, and they're definitely battle tested. Syracuse, St. Joe's, Colgate, but after losing to LaSalle, I expect a little offensive resurgence, especially at home. I think I'm going to lay it here with Drexel. I'm deciding now between first half and second half here. I just think maybe Howard starts off sluggish, and especially after the amount of games that they've played. And Drexel's had some time off, 2 losses in a row, laying points here at home. I'll take Drexel. And I think I'm going to do it first half as well too.
Yeah, I'll take Drexel minus the points as well. I think this is your typical kind of afternoon elementary school game that you want to back the home court atmosphere with all the kids going crazy. Hopefully both of these offenses can put up enough points to hit 67 so the kids can go crazy. We'll see. Both offenses aren't that great. However, I think, Howard coming off of 2 hard-fought wins there against kind of the rivalry game against North Carolina A&T, or not really rivalry, but old school rivalry game with North Carolina A&T, and then beating Hampton. I think that they've kind of exhausted a little bit of their energy. I'll take Drexel minus the 5.5 here, standalone. So got to bet it. So I will be riding with the Dragons here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with first half. I hope I don't get killed on it. But if you get to end up winning, and then I get screwed on it. But, yeah, let's go with the Drexel and How to Train Your Dragon. We're not affiliated with that movie. We don't have slide for this one at the time. Sorry. So we're going to go back to the classics. Sometimes classics are good. But, the Blues, kind of nice for sure. My Phillip Rivers team there. Dartmouth, laying 2 at Holy Cross. This is a true home game for Holy Cross. Dartmouth, they've been kind of fire. But they've only won 1 road game against St. Peter's. Outside of that, they lost to Bryant, Wyoming, Colorado State. I mean, that's expected, but they looked really competitive out in Colorado. And now we have Holy Cross off of 4 wins in a row, 3 of them being at 1. Maybe Holy Cross has found something potentially, but I don't know, man. I think this Dartmouth team is riding high. And now we get a Holy Cross team that's kind of getting a sell high spot to me here. Where the fuck did that? What the fuck is this damn? Get this shit. This timer crap? Hold on a second. Let's fix this nonsense. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. Really professional here. Let's see this. There we go. Dartmouth. There we go. Lane 2. I'll take Dartmouth on the road here. I mean, you know, I think after Holy Cross has won 4 in a row, they're now getting a Dartmouth team that can kind of rebound well. They don't foul much at all, and you know, Dartmouth kind of has the free throw advantage just a little bit. So I'm gonna fade Holy Cross at home off of 4 wins. I think Dartmouth is a tad better, and they've been playing good in non-conference. So I'll take Dartmouth here on the road. I'll wait to bet it just because I think people are going to bet Holy Cross. I'll take them Dartmouth money line to avoid the random spread or a close game. And as Elliot would always say, sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah, I'll back Holy Cross here at home, just as a short little home dog. I think they'll be able to get up here at home, like you said. Winners of 4 straight. Dartmouth going on the road. We've seen they haven't been that great. However, I know that they played Wyoming and Colorado State, so definitely way better opponents than what they're going to face tomorrow. I just think this line maybe is a little short, in my opinion, similar to kind of that Alabama A&M game tonight. So I'll be on the side of Holy Cross there at home, short home dog. I'm looking at maybe just playing the over 146.5 though. I don't mind that bet rather than laying it with Holy Cross. If I think Holy Cross can stay in the game, I think this game will be played in the mid 70s on both sides. If Dartmouth ekes it out, so be it. I think points could be had by all. So I'll probably end up, if I'm going to bet this, it'll be on the over 146.5, but I'll pick Holy Cross plus the 2.5. Or plus
Let's go.
46.5 would be my play.
So the green guys versus the Crusaders.
Purple.
The Crusaders, yeah, they're the Crusaders. They're not changing their names. So there you go. There. All right, banger. Oh my god. Can I talk you into a gross play here?
Yeah, what are you betting? Lowell on the money line?
I think we have to bet UMass Lowell on the money line here. I mean, Lowell gets to the line a ton. They don't foul much. Lowell doesn't do anything really good defensively, which is a problem with a Sacred Heart team that's been kind of shooting lights out and playing good defensively. They've shot really good their last 3 games. Not as much as against NJIT, but they really stepped it up defensively. They still almost shot 50% from 2. So, and then they got Niall Ralph, what's his name, from Sacred Heart that can just shoot at a clip. I don't know, man. Not rushing to bet UMass Lowell on this major slate, but I think the spot here is a UMass Lowell team at home. They're terrible. They've only had a D1 win against Stonehill. And that was on their away or on the road. So I think they get their first D1 win, first home win against a D1 opponent against Sacred Heart. Yeah,
I'm just a little nervous, just like you said, how well Sacred Heart shoots it from 3. They rely on the 3-point ball 44.4% of the time, good for 3rd overall in the nation. You got a UMass Lowell team that is giving it up at a 37% clip, 308th in the nation. So that's a little concerning for me. If they, Lowell's given up exactly what Sacred Heart likes to capitalize on. But I do. You are correct. I mean, this is a UMass Lowell spot. They've gotten 2 D2 wins at home. Haven't got a D1 home win. I'll be on UMass Lowell, but it'll be no bet because I'm nervous about that 3-point defense against the Sacred Heart team that relies heavily on the 3.
All right. Just keeping the bangers going here at 6:00. We got a good amount of games at 6:00 and 6:30 as Eastern as well too. USC Upstate's laying 9 against South Carolina State. South Carolina State's horrible. I like this Upstate team. They definitely have been more competitive this year. I think they're kind of fun to watch. I've actually bet on Upstate. They looked really good against North Carolina. Our over didn't quite get there, but I mean, South Carolina State, they give up tons of points. They have not had a win yet. They're back home for the first time since November 19th. They lost by 12 to Chattanooga last time at home. They've only had 1 home game. They're just getting that bag constantly on the road. I can't back South Carolina State, but don't love laying this many points with USC Upstate, although I think they're a very good team. But intrastate battle. What are you doing here? I'm probably not betting this one regardless, but
yeah, I'm gonna
South Carolina State, dude.
I'll pick USC Upstate minus the 9. South Carolina State went into Upstate last year and beat them by 15. So I think that we see Upstate return the favor here. That was the first year for Marty Richter there at Upstate. So I think they're gonna lay it on South Carolina State here, return the favor. I think we see a similar line of about a 15-point win for Upstate here. So I'll lay the 9.5.
Yeah, I'm in. I've bet on this Upstate team a lot. I've actually watched them a good amount too. I've enjoyed their offense. They looked really good against North Carolina too. Look at here. We're back. Freaking get out of here. All right. Duke laying 33.5 against Lipscomb. Over-unders 150.5. Listen, I know Duke has been killing teams. Western Carolina, 41. Army, I mean, talk about whatever war we've lost before. Indiana State, 38 points. Niagara, don't even want to say how many points it is. 58-point loss for Niagara. Howard, they kind of competed a little bit. 34 or 30. 31. My math was bad there. It was a little more, but anyway. Now they've played 3 games against Arkansas, Florida, Michigan State. I know Duke is kind of killing teams. I've seen Lipscomb kind of run at pace. They've been feisty, but they kind of play that LA Fitness ball. They run and chuck. It's all they kind of do. I could be enticed with the over here as a play. I definitely think Lipscomb is the potential side as well too, just because I think they play at front, up fast, and now Duke kind of coming back after playing 3 tough games. I think that this may be like a sleepier kind of spot for them, if that even is a thing with this Duke team. But I would rather bet on the over here, just because I think Lipscomb can score, and I'm running with the cap. If Duke scores 100, I think Lipscomb scores more than 51. So give me a Duke Lipscomb over.
Yeah, if you're talking about, the Ken Palm system plays that we had last year, this definitely fits into that. Ken Palm's only got this as a 24-point win. And you got the books at minus 33.5.
Oh, God.
Got a whole 9.5-point swing right there. Yeah, I'll back the over. I don't want to fade Duke. I don't really want to lay it here with Duke. So I think kind of a good in-between ground is just to bet the over. I'm seeing 151.5 now.
Yeah.
So I'll bet over 151.5 here at Lipscomb Duke. I think this gets home as long as Lipscomb can shoot somewhat respectable from the three, which they're going to put up a lot of attempts from the three. It's just, can they go down? We hope, they shoot 20%. And I think this gets there. I think we see like a 90-something to 60-something type of a game. So I like the over, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not a bad play either, Brennan, is their team total over for sure, just by how fast Lipscomb plays. And they also just allow a ton of points. It's LA fitness ball. I think Duke will definitely be able to score for sure.
Yeah, I got on that team total over against VCU today, so I got a bad taste in my mouth.
I did not get got. Yeah, so but watch, now it's gonna flip this time though.
I know, right? It's gonna be like Duke score 95 and Lipscomb's gonna score 55 or something.
Right. It's just how it works. It's like a freaking prophecy. Okay. Let's keep rolling through. Now we're up to 6:30 Eastern as we get through the 6 Eastern slate. Unfortunately, the 11 o'clock game in the AM is on Flow Sports, by the way, which is something I wanted to talk about before. And but I had to cuck to the chat guy that wanted to get to the games already. So let's talk about this. What the hell? Can we just get these games more available? Maybe ESPN Plus, highlights a little bit more, show some stuff, If YouTube TV makes that all sports package, it better not be the channels they currently have. They need to open it up. I've seen some things called like a super box that has local channels and local games as well too. But just horrible. I mean, just horrible. We need to be able to see these games, showcase them more. Sick of college basketball just fucking around, and then they just stackpile games all day at 7 o'clock. So let's figure that out, college basketball. Pump Fake Pod. Look, you need a scheduling assistant. I mean, the headquarters are 30 minutes from my house, so let me go knock. You're going to see me on the news tomorrow, probably, by the way. Not in anything like that, but just rioting at the NCAA. I'm gonna start a big peaceful protest outside of the NCAA headquarters. Gather up the homeless people. Michigan State is laying minus 22.5 against Toledo. The over-under is 151.5. Michigan State, they were playing with their food in the Bryce Jordan Center. All 96 fans were going crazy for that Penn State game. They almost snuck it, but classic Penn State under Mike Rhodes can't get it quite yet. But it's a rebuild process, if it ever has been a build for Penn State basketball. That was a fun run with Micah Shrewsbury. But Toledo, off of 2 losses, defensively they kind of suck. I don't love this Toledo team as much, but Michigan State kind of hasn't been able to, cover these kind of games, or maybe they cover them in the first half and then they just kind of give it away, right? We've seen that happen too with the San Jose State game. But I think with Michigan State, after how bad they kind of played, they didn't shoot well. I think that they get a rebound here. So I laid it with Michigan State. I think they win by more than the margin. I'm not worried about first half or not. And I think Michigan State's defense will come up big here, and their size in general too. Toledo, not the best rebounding team. They got one big man, but outside of that, I think down low is where Michigan State's going to win this game. And hopefully their shots can fall and continue to fall throughout the entire game as well. so we can cover this number. But I think after how they shot against Penn State, and they still came back, had a good win on the road. I think they come back strong. Izzo gets these guys going, and they finally cover one of these big numbers, like similar to the East Carolina game on the neutral there, or like Detroit Mercy at home. So I'm not saying Toledo's bad by any means. I think they're able to score, but defensively they got major problems. And I think Michigan State's defense will be able to stop what Toledo does best: shoot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the perfect cap. I'll lay it here with Michigan State. I'll look to back them here at home, and then I'll take the friendly rivalry and fade them against Oakland on Saturday in the Campy Izzo Bowl, with it being kind of not competitive, but him calling off the dogs. I don't think he calls the dogs off here. I think, Toledo, Michigan State's going to be able to get whatever they want offensively. And I think Michigan State's defense is good enough to stop Toledo on the offensive end, just like you said. So perfect cap there. Lay it with Michigan State.
All right, UNC Greensboro. Oh my gosh, laying 4.5 against A&T in Greensboro. Elliot, you got to see this team live, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
They're kind of horrible this year, huh? Little rebuild back, little build back spot for UNC Greensboro, huh?
I was impressed with their first half showing. They were really competitive against K-State there in the first half. Actually, were winning 34-33. Then they just got absolutely blown out in the second half. I don't know what to think about this game. I really think it's a UNC Greensboro spot. They haven't got their first home win that they just got was against William Peace, D2. I think that they can get up and beat North Carolina A&T here, who just came off the 3-point win against Maryland Eastern Shore, had lost to Howard there on Duke's home court the Tuesday before. I think I'll take a stab with Greensboro. I know their defense isn't good at all. They really suck at guarding the three, which is what kind of K-State got them on there in the second half and allowed them to run away with it. But North Carolina A&T, man, they don't really shoot the three very well, and they don't really shoot the three very often. So I don't think that they'll really take advantage of that here. I think UNC Greensboro down low can possibly, be somewhat competitive and stop North Carolina A&T from getting what they want. You look, A&T really tries to draw a lot of fouls, get to the line, fourth in the country at points, point distribution, total points from the free throw line. 28% of their total points are from the free throw line. And when you look at what UNC Greensboro does, they don't really send people to the foul line. So I'll ride with Greensboro here, laying the -4.5.
Yeah, I love this A&T team, but I love them especially when they're getting investigated more so. They've already kind of had their win. I mean, they were battling with Maryland Eastern Shore. I'm sorry, UMass, you're not very good. And they were battling with them. They just never had control of that Howard game at all. Shout out to us. We bet on Howard last Tuesday. But, after they're kind of just running through all these North Carolina battles here, Davidson, Charlotte, North Carolina Central, Howard, Maryland Eastern Shore. So they've been battling against North Carolina teams other than Maryland and Howard, I guess. But now they're going to UNC Greensboro. Although, it is a rivalry game-ish. I mean, these guys are right across the street from each other. Shout out Mac in the chat for calling that out in the Battle of Greensboro here. Let me take you on a little history lesson. The Battle of Guilford Courthouse in Greensboro, North Carolina, American Revolutionary. It was unfortunately a British victory, just so you know, as I was looking it up. And guess who was leading it? Benedict Arnold. And so I originally thought A&T wins this game, and maybe wins outright, but I'm going to go ahead and be Benedict Arnold here and Benedict A&T and take UNC Greensboro. I think the cap on the fouls is great. That's kind of how A&T thrives. Greensboro, a home team, potentially going to get the calls as well, and they don't foul much either, and that's where they can thrive, where Greensboro can get to the line, and A&T fouls a good amount. I think Greensboro defensively lacks, but this is a good bounce back defensively for them at home, especially after playing William Pierce. So, yeah, I'll lay it with Greensboro. I'm going to wait to bet this. I think people are betting A&T, though. So, let's go. Fuck Benedict Arnold. All right, Belmont playing 9.5. We got Missouri Valley basketball starting off. Belmont playing Evansville. Belmont laying 9.5. Belmont, crazy win against Illinois Chicago and their Missouri Valley opener. Illinois Chicago is winning. Good comeback win for them. But I feel like we've been buying into this Evansville team. I like them, but at home, I mean, definitely could be a thing. And now we've seen kind of Belmont going on the road here. I think I'm going to bet Evansville. I can't believe I'm doing it, though. But Belmont could be a little sleepier offensively. I see over 150.5 available, too, even though I just said they're sleepy offensively. But I think Evansville will be able to score. They play fast with up tempo teams like Western Kentucky. They lost 80-79. They can allow a ton of points. I'm just worried about their defense. But going back home, I think I'm going to take Evansville with the points, and I like the over. I think we see like Belmont winning 85-78 or something like that. 85-80, 88-81. I think we see this number go over just with the amount of pace that Belmont runs, and I think they'll be catching up from behind like they did with Illinois Chicago. But that might be my hedge on taking Evansville is betting the over here.
Yeah, I mean,
Evansville too, though, if you want.
Evansville's just terrible defending the three, and as we've seen, Belmont thrives at the three. So that's definitely concerning and scares me a little bit. But I'm going to be on Evansville here. I think that conference home opener for Evansville. I think they get up here. I think they are a little bit competitive in this. I don't necessarily see Belmont having to come from behind. I think maybe Belmont controls this game, but I see this as like a 6 to 7 point win for Belmont. Maybe they get up early 10-15, but I think Evansville fights back, shows some heart. They're at home and kind of keeps this close and competitive. So I'll be on the Aces here. I don't mind that over either. You could also look at the team total, Belmont team total over. That wouldn't be a bad
78.5.
78.5. I don't mind that at all. Just Belmont scores 80.
All right, check the picks page on the sheet. I'll have it. I've still got work to do after this, so I will be not saying poor me, but I will be up on my computer, so I will be putting my picks in on the sheet. We'll have them early, and so check that if I'm betting Evansville or the over there. All right, Clemson laying 11.5 against South Carolina. Got a little rivalry game here, more of a football rivalry, but it's been working on the game. And hey, Puzzo, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Always a pleasure in the chat. Thank you. Elliot, you're kind of the P5 legend here with these kind of lowly games, but this is a fun one. A rivalry game. We got SEC versus ACC starting up here. Kind of fun. But this is a rivalry game. I know Clemson's been kicking the shit out of teams. This is already up to 13.5 on some places, 12.5 places. And I know fading Clemson hasn't really been profitable, but and South Carolina is not very good, a team I don't love putting money on, but they got to play with some pride here in Little John, right? I mean, they have to play with some freaking pride here in an intrastate game and a just rivalry game in general. These two teams hate each other. I'm taking South Carolina plus the points. I think they play hard. They may blow it at the end. Clemson can sneak by, but I mean, come on, don't give it up. And then I think they'll be fired up at Little John. Honestly, I do. I think they'll be fired up. I think the animosity will fire them up for sure. And I mean, Little John's becoming a very tough place to play, a sneaky place to play. Home game, but I'm going with the rivalry. And this number's soaring up to 12.5, 13.5. So I'll wait to the end of the show to bet South Carolina.
Yeah.
Shout out Puzzo here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Puzzo. And thanks for the $10 donation. That means a lot. And appreciate you in the chat chopping it up here. We love college basketball, so assume you do too. And it's always fun talking about the teams as well. And always fun talking to you guys in the chat. And thanks for the donation, Puzzo.
Yeah, I think, Jacob said it there in the chat. The one thing that kind of is a little bit like, should I just lay it with Clemson here is South Carolina beat them at South Carolina last year in overtime. But I really think that, in this rivalry game, I'll just take the points. I think I'd be stupid not to until I'm watching the game tomorrow and Clemson wins by 20, then stupid me.
30.
But yeah, I think I'll wait to bet this. Like you said, it's already gone up 12.5, 13.5 in places. South Carolina shot 3 of 23 from the 3 against the Citadel on Saturday at home. I think we see a little bit more shots fall even against the tough defense like Clemson. And I think that it's competitive. Maybe Clemson pulls away down the stretch and they win by 10. But if I'm going to wait to bet this and get 13, 14, something like that, I'll take the points here in this rivalry game.
I freaking love it. Miami versus Florida International. Miami's laying 23.5 against FIU. And yeah, everyone, if you're in the Midwest, it's freaking cold. I was dripping my dripping my faucets last night. Been doing it the last 2 nights. It got down to like 0 degrees today, but it's going to pick up. It's going to be in the 50s moving forward here. 40s and 50s. Are you kidding me? All that snow is going to melt. Play some golf in December. How about that? Miami laying 23.5. They dominated against ULM, but they didn't play any defense at all really in that game. They beat Southern Miss by 24. I think this Florida International team is kind of competitive, man. I mean, I don't love Florida International away from home, and now it's their first game on the road, but only losing to LSU by 17. I mean, Nebraska by 30, but that place has been tough this year out in Lincoln. Now we're getting a Florida International team that has been competing. The only thing that scares me about this bet is that it's their first away game since November 13th. And Miami has been kicking the shit out of teams at times. But I think Florida International can slow it down. I mean, on defense, somewhat slow Miami's offense, but they both these teams run at pace. I'm going to take the team total over for Florida International. I think we've seen Miami's defense blunder. than they just did against Louisiana Monroe. I really like what Jai Lucas has done for this roster. They really got this team rocking, and Malik Renew, solid performance. The rebounds are a little scary. Elliot, you battling here? This number's already shooting up already.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've already seen
24 and a half, 25 and a half.
Yeah, I'm still seeing some 23s still, unless I need to refresh.
There's a little bit of both. Yeah, 24 and a half some places, 23 and a half. Yep. Florida International's team total over is 64, 65. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing that at 23 and a half still. Miami kind of screwed me betting on them last game. Didn't even come close to that cover against Louisiana Monroe and gave up a shit ton of points to a Louisiana Monroe team who's terrible on offense and terrible on defense. I know FIU, struggles a little bit on the road, like you said, but they played two really good programs in Nebraska and LSU this year. I'll just take the over 156 and a half. I don't mind that. I think if we see a game 104-79 against the Louisiana Monroe team, if that can hit the over 156, I mean, I see Miami putting up a lot of points, and I think FIU can definitely, be somewhat respectable on the offensive end. And they also play with a lot of pace too. So we'll just kind of increase the amount of possessions that both teams get. I don't mind that whatsoever. I think Miami also kind of struggles to defend the three, and that's something that FIU can rely upon pretty heavily on the offensive side of the ball. So I'll take the over 156 and a half.
I know you want me. First off, before we get into that game, we have to get into a much better game on the slate. UT Rio Grande Valley, the Vaqueros are going into Lamar, intrastate battle here. Lamar is pretty solid. I mean, I've enjoyed Lamar this year, and I've enjoyed UTRGV especially. Now we get some Southland action. I'll go with the home team in Lamar. I mean, they've lost two straight, one of them being on the road, and they just lost at home as well against Corpus Christi. Now we're getting them on a short dog here. I think defensively they could cause some problems for Grande Valley. And Grande Valley has proven that they can go on massive scoring droughts after going on scoring runs. And I think that Lamar, even with the lack of offense, could step up defensively and shut down Grande Valley. So I'll take Lamar at home. Probably not betting this, though. Check the page.
Yeah, I like Lamar here, minus the 2. They've already dropped one game there in conference play at home. I don't think they drop a second one. They don't want to open up conference play 0-2. You got more of a desperate team per se, with them having 2 home games in a row. I know UTRGV is 0-1 in conference as well, but that was on the road against Stephen F. Austin. So I'll take Lamar minus the 2. It'll probably be a bet for me. I think we'll be able to they'll be able to take care of business at home, even though they dropped that previous game against Corpus Christi. So give me Lamar. We'll ride the Cardinals here and Alvin Brooks.
All right. Good one tomorrow. Louisville going into Knoxville, Tennessee, laying a point. Over-unders 157.5. Pat Kelsey twice now has made me eat my words. I still think he's a short pussy. No offense. But Tennessee, they've lost 3 straight against good teams too. Kansas, Syracuse on the road, Illinois. now I think that's why we're getting this kind of soft number, especially against a Louisville team that's just been kind of drilling teams. But we saw Louisville come back to earth a little bit on the road against Arkansas. I mean, this is a must-win spot for this Tennessee team, one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I could see a Jacoby Gillespie guard play getting hot even against Conwell and Louisville. I mean, we know we're going to see offense, so I think the over is definitely in play here if you like that as well. But I'm going to back the home team here. I'm taking Tennessee on the money line. I think it's even with the line flip, it's so early, and it's the home team. We've seen Louisville falter at times, especially on the road. And I think we see this Tennessee team get hot, especially from three randomly against a good Louisville team defensively as well. But Louisville can't drill everybody, especially going into Knoxville. I think this place will be going here. So I'll take the home crowd and the 6-man and Tennessee in Knoxville.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think Tennessee is gonna grind it out here. I could even look at this, look at the under possibly 157.5. I feel like that's a lot of points for a style of play that Tennessee is going to try to play against Louisville. They're going to want to grind it out, play slow, slow everything down. I think Louisville can struggle maybe a little bit on the offensive end, unlike that they're used to. I know that they for the most part, kind of get whatever they want. But you look at that Cincinnati game, final score was 74-64 there in that rivalry game. I think we kind of see a similar style of game, and I think Tennessee can kind of muck it up, play really physical. I think they'll get the home court whistle and be able to kind of maybe out physical them enough to where it's, they're not getting called for those ticky-tack touch fouls. If they are getting those ticky-tack touch fouls and Louisville is able to, or Tennessee is getting called for those, might be a long night for Tennessee just because of how physical they're going to want to play on the defensive end. But yeah, I'll back Tennessee, Knoxville here at home. Why wouldn't we take the home team straight off of 3 straight losses? I know Players era, and then off of that Nashville, Tennessee loss against Illinois. So, more desperate team at home. I think they get up here against a good Louisville squad and take care of business.
And shout out Jump. Good day, folks. It is day for you. I work with some Australians on my team. Good day, folks from Australia. I got my mother-in-law here on holidays. So I'm in my man cave staying away from the dragon. Great show, guys. Nice. Thanks for tuning in, Jump. And appreciate you tuning in from Australia. That's really cool. And yes, very, very happy to see you tune in. Thanks, man. And yeah, good day. It's nighttime here, but we're always down to talk ball. So Australian. Good time zone for our shows sometimes for these day folks. Ryder versus Delaware. Should I hit the cord? Should I pull the plug on as like a little like toy that has like the string in the background? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the string. Let's pull the string. Come on.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Jerry.
And we care about them all as well, too. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what happens with that toilet flush. But Delaware, I can't lay this many points with Delaware. I for sure as hell don't want to back Ryder. I think Delaware will bounce back against a bad Ryder team after they just lost to CSUN 88-66. Let's go. CSUN was a pump fake pod play on for the Mega Saturday slate on the road. Got it done. Delaware shot flat. I think they come back strong, but I'll lay it with Delaware. I'm not even going to tell you to check the page because this will be grayed out. No bet.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Delaware here. They just got 20-pieced at home by CSUN. Shout out to, I don't know if did you bet CSUN or was it just a spar?
No, I bet CSUN.
Yeah, so you got Delaware fresh off the
gunfight beat the knife on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gunfight beat the knife. But yeah, you got Delaware fresh off the Georgia Washington, where you faded them off that huge win. And then they lose by 22 at home. Now they return home. I think they bounce back here. I'll lay it with Delaware and the Blue Hens, but no bet for me. I don't want to bet Delaware laying -8.5. No, thank you.
Let's go. Yeah, no rider either. Good God. Speaking of horrible, Canisius. I'm just kidding. I love you, Canisius. Please send me the jersey. I'm sure that's what DeJuice is screaming. Oh man, Canisius. They're so bad. They just had a good win against Maine, 70-43. I wouldn't say good. Maine sucks, but hey, a win for Canisius is a win for Canisius. I never want to lay this many points with Archie Miller, especially. But this Rhode Island team defensively has been great. We just saw Canisius score 70 points, and I know that's a lot. That's a lot for Canisius, especially holding a team to 43. They really have not scored 70 much. 75 against Binghamton. 84 against a D2 team. They have not scored 70 much at all. Just a lot of points with laying with Rhode Island, where I think who's going to kind of slow it down. They've lost 2 in a row, though. I'm not really impressed. I'm not really one to back Archie Miller and get the boys going as well. I think we see a slugfest here. I'll take Canisius. Probably not betting it, though. Let it climb as well. They're so bad.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Give me Rhode Island team total over. I think they want to make a statement, lay it on Canisius here. After that tough loss at home to McNeese. So I think they bounce back, get a solid win, but that's a lot of freaking points. Give me Rhode Island team total over, but no bet for me. I would take Canisius plus the points, but I just don't want to.
12.5 first half as well, too. If Dusty Bottom says VCU Niagara type of game, which could be Niagara played good in the first half, but I don't know. Rhode Island, like I said, off of 2 losses, Archie Miller ain't motivating me as a 19-year-old kid. And we've seen that time and time again. An Archie Miller team just have turmoil inside the locker room. Oklahoma's laying 28.5 against Canisius. Good win against Oklahoma. Our last week, our last Saturday against Oklahoma State. This Porter Mosier team, I've been right about them mostly, but we weren't right last Saturday. But this is UMKC we're talking about. I backed them against Weber. They covered. They've been pretty bad though. They just scored 102 on December 13th. Now they're traveling into Oklahoma. I know you're kind of familiar with that drive a little bit, Kansas to Oklahoma. I don't think we see Oklahoma too sleepy off of that spot, especially even after beating Oklahoma State in Oklahoma City. And I definitely don't even want to back UMKC with plus the points. But it is a lot of points, so I'll lay it. I'd rather bet Canisius and let the number climb than lay it with Oklahoma, though, if that tells you anything. But UMKC sucks.
Yeah, no, they're not very good at all. I will. They're UMKC. They're kind of doing the drive down there, play on Tuesday against Oklahoma, stay the night there in Norman or Oklahoma City, and then they play on Thursday against Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State. I just think they take a butt kicking on both of these games. I'll lay it, no bet. You could interest me in maybe betting it I wanted to take Oklahoma team total over, but Oklahoma's off the rivalry win, so I'll just lay it, no bet. UMKC.
I like that. I might eye a live spot for Oklahoma's team total over just because it is at 90.5. I think we, like Elliot said, off the rivalry win, you could see some regression. But this is UMKC, who allows they allow everybody. They allow the coach to score points. How bad their defense is, especially Oklahoma, who kind of runs at pace. UMKC defense does not fare well against teams that run at pace. That's for damn sure. They like to try to run at sets. I think Oklahoma could be athletic. So, all right. And then we're gonna back out here. One more time.
Yeah, and that just so everybody's aware that Spurgeon College, that's a NCCAA team, National Christian College Athletics Association team, and they're in Kansas City, and they gave up 75 to them. That's not good.
You know any of those guys?
I do not know.
Okay. Yes. We're old. We're past our time. I was looking at IUPUI, or IUND at the game. I was like, so old. Bowling Green laying 19.5 against Chicago State. I think we have to fade Chicago State off their win, right? Absolutely. I mean, laying this many points with Bowling Green never sounds fun, but this Bowling Green team is actually really impressive. I kid you not. This is the right line, I believe. You know, Bowling Green's defense has been super solid. They forced a ton of turnovers. Now you got Chicago State going in. You know, Bowling Green was tough against Utah Valley at home as well too, and they haven't played since December 7th, so they've had tons of rest. Now we get Chicago State off their big win against Loyola, and Chicago State's defense just, quite frankly, sucks. I like Bowling Green here, even laying this many points. Again, team total over energy potential as well too. Just because I think we see Bowling Green put up 80-something points, 85, Chicago State 60-something. And we see this number go over, and Bowling Green wins by 25. So I like Bowling Green laying it, and their team total over as well too.
Yeah, I just think, easy cap here, Chicago State off that rivalry, inner city Chicago battle, getting it done outright against Loyola Chicago on the road. Lay it with Bowling Green. They're feeling good about themselves. First D1 win of the season, so I will back Bowling Green. They blow them out tomorrow.
Bowling Green first half, that was indeed one for sure. Run it back, some say. What's next?
This one.
Pull it up.
Tarleton State in 17.5 at Mississippi Valley State.
This is your team, brother. Now they get to play freaking going to Itabena, Mississippi. Let's go.
I'm seeing 16.5.
I drove through this state, by the way, and I know I'm from Indiana, but I had to divert. I was driving back, had to divert through Mississippi because there was major traffic in Tuscaloosa. So I'm hitting the freaking 30 minutes, extra, 40 minutes extra on the ETA just to avoid traffic and flow. Ooh, snooze fest through that state, let me tell you. But anyway. And you're from Kansas, so I know you get that too. I'm from Indiana, I know. But Northern Indiana's cool. Western Iowa's got rolling hills. I'm not sure about Kansas, but there's some rolling hills, right? At some point at the state.
Yeah.
Very flat. Yeah, some. But yeah, anywho, very tough state to drive through. Now you get Tarleton State. Elliot, your boy, Gillespie, on YouTube tomorrow. What you doing?
I'm going to lay it with Tarleton State, but no bet. I just don't know, the health of some of those players. I mean, we saw it at Cincinnati. They were out like 5 guys. still played really competitive, only lost by 18. Since then, they played 2 D2 games, smoked both the teams. However, I still don't know. I mean, I'm no Dior Johnson, so not sure on his status. So kind of up in the air with just some players. Chris Mpaka, another guy that I'm not seeing here in the latest box scores there. So with just missing some of their best players, I know that Mississippi Valley State is not, is fadeable even at home. Goes against my cap of betting the double-digit home dogs, but man, Mississippi Valley State is not good. So I will I'll lay it with Tarleton State, but no bet for me based on the health of the.
Here. Battle here. Oh yeah. Are you betting this though? I guess
no bet
with the health. Yeah, I know with the health. So sorry to Trevor you there. I'm battling you there. I'll let the number climb too. This Mississippi Valley State at home. They've been covering machines for sure. And appreciated the vulnerability there. MJ, wanted you to know that we got a good community here, as you said. And, man, I battled depression. I was in my lowest of lows. And I battled it, all the time. But just know that no matter what you believe, your chance of being on this earth is bigger odds than putting together a 100-leg parlay. I'm not kidding. And you're here on this earth. And appreciate you, buddy. So thanks for that, and good community around us. And you know what? We keep battling. We battle every day, and life sucks, but we keep going. So appreciate you, man, and cheers to the chat. Great community here.
For sure. Yeah, MJ. I always say never let the highs get you too high, never let the lows get you too low. There's always somebody to talk to. I'm glad we can kind of provide this community to, at the end of the day, no matter how stressful work, life, anything is, people can kind of come in here, forget about all the outside noise of the stresses of life and just kind of chop it up. And, everybody here is passionate about sports, passionate about college basketball specifically. So, everybody can kind of rely on that love for college basketball to, distract themselves from the outside noises. And, if it's one of those things where, follow us on Twitter. We're always here. I know, if you ever need to talk to somebody, so the community chat's always popping. There's a bunch of people out there who have, dealt with the same stuff, been through the same stuff. So,
oh yeah, I was in I got put in a little home for a little bit with my. I was addicted to pills. Not in a good place, but it was a long time ago. And looking back on it now, I barely even think about that. But it shaped me and made me a better person and man. And just know that today is short. Life is beginning, end, and make sure to live that up. And know that 5 years from now, you may not be thinking about something you are. If you are, it's going to be shaping you for the better. So, yeah. And I know. Good first half. So, yeah, love you guys, Shadell. So, let's go one cross for sure. And yes, the juice. Yes, 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 and yes. Yes. That was a tough time, but yes. Never easy to transition from that, but just know that the chat and community we've built is always a good team, and give each other a shout. I mean, hopefully we'll all have this similar usernames to our YouTube. Find each other on social media. I know a couple in the chat have found me, so it's been fun getting to know you guys, and appreciate you guys in the chat. We got a good intrastate battle here in Wright State and Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is laying 1.5 against Wright, or Wright State's laying a point. Is this still true? Is it true? Is it true?
Point and a half, over under 150, 151.5. Yep.
They got to lose at some point. I might be falling into the soup here with Wright State at home, but You got 10-0 going into Wright State. Wright State was very competitive against Marshall. We've seen them go on scoring droughts, but I do like this team at home in the Nutter Center. They haven't played against a D1 opponent other than Green Bay at home, and they dominated. I worry about them defensively, but now we get a good Clint Sargent, or worry about them offensively, with their scoring droughts. Clint Sargent a little bit better defensively. And we just really haven't seen Miami, Ohio blunder at all. I know they gave up a ton of points against UNC Asheville to go to OT and help us cover that number. But I mean, they've been running and gunning and covering this number at times, but they've been spoiled and they go on scoring droughts. And I think that's where Wright State's kind of familiar with. And I think they'll be competitive. I don't want to see Wright State leading by like 8 or 10 at the end of the first half. That would scare the shit out of me. Seeing that and watching this game. I'm not kidding, by the way. But you got to play with some pride here. Intrastate game, not too far from each other, Dayton to Oxford. And now you get Wright State, who can force turnovers. They defend the three well, where Miami shoots well. Wright State has a good interior defense as well down low. I kind of like Wright State here. And the Raiders, and can get it done and knock off 10-0 Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is going to be very dangerous going into MAC play, especially at 10-0 now. They have to lose one non-conference game. I think we could see this team like 26-5, 27-4 to end this season. I'm not kidding. They're going to be a force in the MAC. I know there's some tough road spots for sure, but they're very good. They're good last year. And we're going to see that coach get boosted up somewhere when the job opens as well. Let's go Wright State, though, at home.
Yeah, this is – I mean, I want to bet they're just the Red Hawks just on the simple principle that they've won 2 straight road games, but now this is their 3rd road game. But you've got a 5-6 team laying points at home against the 10-0 team. I think the line's telling here with Wright State. I will, I'll take the over 150.5. I'm not gonna go on one side or the other. I think if Wright State's gonna get the job done, they're gonna have to definitely outscore Miami of Ohio here. No, fuck it. I'll battle. Let's go. Red Hawks.
Let's go. Let's battle. He's taking the better team here. All right. I like it. Yeah. Are you going money line though? Or are you taking the one you taking just the little bit of the edge with the +1.5?
I'll take the one. What are you taking?
I'm taking money line.
All right, I'll take money line then.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. A little battle in Ohio there for the Pump Fake Pod. Not too far away from the Nutter Center going on in UD. Very cool campus, by the way. I almost went to Dayton, but then it was like freaking like $40,000 tuition a year, private ass school. So screw that. I got a better education at the Harvard of the Midwest, Ball State, just a little west. Still partied at Dayton, though. They have a great St. Patrick's Day. They got like the Grove. It's very cool houses, just parties everywhere. Dayton, cool little school. Now they're laying 6.5 at home. Florida State's lost 4 in a row, but I don't trust this Florida State's defense. I mean, offensively, they're juggernauts. They can run and gun under this Luke Locke's team, which I think could be a problem for Dayton. That could be, they're able to run at tempo for sure. But I think defensively, Dayton will be forcing turnovers. So and Florida State does a good job as well. So whoever wins the turnover battle wins this game. But this is Dayton at home. I know Florida State's not a ranked team, so maybe they're not like circling stuff and whatever. But this is Florida State of all people, and I don't trust them defensively. I'll lay it with Dayton here at home. I do worry about a potential backdoor here, but I think that they can cover this number for sure. And, I think this number could potentially go under too, just due to the fact that Dayton's defense is going to slow them down and shut down Florida State, what they do best offensively.
Yeah, this number seems really high to me, in my opinion. I mean, I know that Florida State, they just
– Is there a 5.5 anywhere? Sorry.
Juggernauts on the offensive side of the ball, but I really think that Dayton can kind of control the pace. They're at home. Their defense can really make it tough on Florida State. The only thing that's, Florida State, they attempt a lot of threes, don't shoot a very high percentage, but they just shoot a shit ton of them. That's something that Dayton really struggles with defensively. And I agree with you. It's going to be the team that, wins the turnover battle. I think is who's going to be able to win this game. I'll take kind of a gross under here in this game. I just think 163.5 is a little bit too high for me, in my opinion. So I'm seeing 164.5 now as well. So I'll take the under. If I needed to pick a side, I'd probably lay it with Dayton. I agree. But, we've seen that Florida State can put up a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that under as well. I'm going to look for a live angle there, but I'm laying it with Dayton at first, and I'll double down on a live angle for the under there. But I think we can see like a hot start. Then it kind of cools off a little bit, like it always does. Yes, Brendan, that is right. Yes, yep. But they're all at the score now, so it's all messed up. It's freaking craziness. St. John's laying 17.5 against DePaul. DePaul road win at Wichita State. Wow. Wichita State goes on a 15-2 run to start the game.
And that was when I knew our bet was cooked.
Yep. That was insane. DePaul just came right back. I kid you not, 5 minutes later. It was funny. But now the Red Storm, this game being in Carnesca, especially with DePaul, but I don't know. This seems like a lot of points, to say the least. Now that we got this number still the same, Elliot?
Look, I'm seeing 19.5 now. Is what I'm seeing. So up 2 points already. All the way up to 19.5. Over under, we're sitting still at 152.5. I'm seeing maybe one or two, 153.5, 153. So slight.
I can't believe I like DePaul here, but I'm gonna let this number climb up. Faded St. John's. It got me by the hook on Iona last time, but this DePaul team defensively causes issues. They gave up 72 to UABP. I like the over here, I guess, too. I think with how DePaul gives up a good amount of points, and how fast St. John's runs, I think they'll be looking to pick it back up, especially in the first half. But St. John's has kind of had they had a blunder at home last time against Mississippi, but Ole Miss plays at snail's pace. DePaul can kind of mesh with whoever in their style of play, and they're able to score a good amount of points as well. So I like DePaul, but I think I'll back the over there and do that little lean of hey, I like the number, I like the points, but I would hate to just see like a 21-point loss and this number flies over as well too. So give me DePaul plus the points and the over 152.5. Check the sheet of which one I end up betting though. So.
Yeah, I'll lay it at the number 19.5. I won't fade Carnesecca. I think that St. John's can kind of roll here to open up Big East play, especially DePaul off of that road win against Wichita State. Now they got to travel up to Jamaica, New York, and take on a tough St. John's team. I'll lay it. I don't feel super confident in it, so it's probably going to be a no bet for me.
All right. Little Rock going in and catching 3.5 against Morehead State. Morehead State in Kentucky. Laying points. This Little Rock team's got problems, though, man. They've lost now. They've lost 6 straight games. They've been road warriors going on the road. They can play at a really slow pace, and Morehead State's defense kind of sucks. So I'll take the home team and lay it, but no, I'll take Little Rock. No bet. I think they can slow down the pace, kind of play tough, maybe even squeak by and get a win after losing 6 straight. I like Darryl Walker a lot. Give me Little Rock plus the points.
This is a battle of suck versus suck.
No kidding.
We can spar here. I'll take the home team. They haven't gotten. I mean, there are 2 wins at home this year against Kentucky Christian, Midway, both kind of D2 or NAIAs. Not quite sure. Beat Monroe, who we already talked about on neutral. This is their first kind of D1 home opener per se. So yeah, give me Morehead State. Lay the 3.5. Battle of suck versus suck. I'll take Morehead minus the 3.5.
I may have to bet this now because Franklin just walked down, got his food and water, and started like woofing at me. So give me Little Rock. Let's go, Franklin. Georgia Tech laying 6.5 against Marist. Ugh. Ew. Both teams defensively super solid. This could be a snail's pace game. Marist off 5 wins in a row. I think they'll ride the momentum, I think, here with just how well everyone plays defensively. We saw Georgia Tech already have a great game against Monmouth. They've had 10 days, though, to prepare. I think that's kind of maybe more of an issue, though, for them versus Marist, who actually is a little more fresh. I think they've been circling this game. I'll take Marist plus the points. It's a really low number. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to sprinkle the money line. That is Marist there. Maybe like a little quarter unit on Marist.
Yeah, I'll take Marist plus the points. I'm going to give out though the under 137.5. I think both these teams are really good defensively. However, we've seen Marist. Sometimes they can struggle to score the basketball. They've put up 80 the last 2 games. I don't see him getting close to that. I see them in the 60s. This is all going to be, can Georgia Tech score? Is it going to be kind of a 66-60 type of a game, or are we going to see, Georgia Tech win 74-62, something like that, that gets it closer to the over under? So I'll take the under 137.5. I'm seeing 139.5 out there now, so it shot up a couple points, which makes me like it even better. A little reverse COV. So give me the under 139.5. I'll wait to bet it. I agree. I saw somebody in the chat saying that was kind of a
It is an embarrassing line for Tech, for sure. Speaking of embarrassing, kind of, Mississippi State laying 16 against Long Island. Get the fuck off. Give me Long Island. Mississippi State, they had a good win against Utah. We capped that perfectly on
that win too. They're done
on the Friday. I know that it was a good little win for them. They were competitive against San Francisco, so they're kind of finding their groove offensively. But going to OT against New Orleans, Sela, you only win by like 7 or 6 or something. This is a weird travel spot for Long Island, but give me Long Island plus the points. Mississippi State shouldn't be laying this many. Sorry. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'll be on I'll be on LIU here, plus the points. Just like you said, Mississippi State off the win there in Utah. Now they travel back home. You saw what they were down 20 at one point against Utah. Came back, got the win for us, covered the number. I think Long Island, they'll be able to score with Mississippi State. And I think we'll see this game, maybe Mississippi State wins pretty comfortably, but only by like 12 or so. So give me Long Island, the Sharks, plus 16. And then I'll flip this back on. Let me switch this banner real quick. Pop that back up. Next, we are talking Northern Colorado heads in to, actually, before I do this one, I think I got one more game that we didn't have a line on. We were making the slides. Give me a second. So we've got this good old classic game, Moyne versus Texas. Texas is laying 26.5. They're at home in the Moody Center. Texas off of the tough loss at UConn, where they were actually more competitive than I thought they were going to be. Moyne, fresh off the 15-point win on the road against Binghamton there at the golf course. So I'll be on Texas here. I'll lay it. Not really going to be worried. News came out yesterday, or tonight, I guess I should say, that Arch Manning is returning for the 2026 season. So vibes are high in Austin. I'll ride the vibes here and lay it with Texas. Could talk me into just like a team total over angle as well. I think they score a lot of points against the Moyne team that is absolutely terrible defensively and absolutely terrible from the three-point defensively as well. So give me Texas. We'll lay it here.
That is my Brussels Griffin, best dog ever, Franklin. I'll lay it with you here. Great cap on that. Texas got to do a little get right spot. And I like this Moyne team. We were high on them in the pre-conference previews, kind of pregame in the season. And Moyne's been competitive at times, but after just putting up 78, I think their defense is going to struggle here, especially in Austin. So, yeah, give me Texas. Lay it. All right. Staying in Texas. Texas Tech laying 23.5 against Northern Colorado. It's a lot of points. But Northern Colorado really isn't tested at all, in my opinion. No offense. They really haven't seen a team like Texas Tech. Now you get Texas Tech kind of pissed off after that Arkansas game. I'm going to lay it here with Texas Tech. I even think the over's in play here. We could see Northern Colorado give up 100-plus points. They just really aren't tested. The best team that they played is St. Thomas, second best team analytically, Portland. I don't know. I think this is going to be a problem, especially going into Lubbock and then Texas Tech off of a loss. I know that there's a look-ahead spot angle with them playing Duke, but, with how their schedule's played and they just had a loss, I don't think there really is affording a look-ahead here. I like the over. I think Northern Colorado could score, but I think Texas Tech's just going to score just a tad more and cover this number in the margin. So give me both Texas teams here. Lay it.
Yeah, I'll take Texas Tech as well. Might be a little Texas two-step and parlay it here with Texas Tech and Texas. But I'll lay it with Texas Tech. I think they respond after losing to Arkansas there on the neutral. It does kind of concern me with that classic kind of little sandwich spot with Duke on deck there in Madison Square Garden on Saturday. So little concerning, but I don't mind that over either. I think, but I think Texas Tech's going to come out pissed off, and so they could really lock down defensively against Northern Colorado. So yeah, just lay it with Texas Tech. I'm seeing 23.5, 24 still. So correct number right there.
North Carolina's laying 16.5 against East Tennessee State. No. You can barely cover against USC Upstate, or they didn't cover against USC Upstate, I don't think. They went over. Now you get a much better team defensively. Give me East Tennessee State here. I like this team. One of those teams I always normally back at home. But on the road, they only lost to Dayton by 17. They were getting creamed as well, way, way worse. I think that they're going to be ready to get up. This is their final this isn't their final non-conference game, but their final big one and one of their only big ones as well, too. I mean, Dayton on the road is special, but going into Chapel Hill, I think they're going to be ready to rock at the Dean Smith Center and cue it up defensively. I know North Carolina may want to get it going after their kind of slow start against USC Upstate, but they ended up still winning by 18 points. And I think if it's around this number or that same number, and we get an East Tennessee State team and the Buccaneers are just a little bit better than Upstate, I'll ride East Tennessee State team or East Tennessee State. Yep, let's go.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be on East Tennessee State here as well. I think that I'll wait to bet this because I think, the number will rise as it does with a lot of the blue bloods. So I'll wait to bet it, but I will be on the Buccaneers plus the points. Could even look at, maybe a little under spot here in this with two solid defenses. But I'll just take the points instead. I think it maybe would play towards the under, which then makes me like just the more discrepancy in points a little bit better. So I'll take the plus 16.5. Wait to bet it. I think it goes up.
I don't know about that, Elliot. I see some line movement potentially going in favor of East Tennessee State, but
I'll wait until
I would wait till the tip. Yeah,
the square bettors bet it 2 hours before, 1 hour before.
Ooh, yeah. This is why we stay up late and lose sleep to bet these kind of numbers. Yeah, I think that's a good call. You're right. Don't look at it tomorrow morning. Look at it when you're getting off work.
Yep. That's exactly what I want to bet this game.
Oral Roberts is catching 5.5 against Missouri State. I hate both of these teams. I freaking hate both of these teams. Missouri State sucks. Quanzo Martin, fraud. But, Missouri State at home is kind of solid. Oral Roberts, 2 wins in a row, a good win against Montana State. Now we get Missouri State laying points. They've been bullshit since they left for the CUSA just to play their little football crap. So, not my favorite team. But I think we fade Oral Roberts here off of a good win. But laying points with Missouri State is never enticing. No bet. For sure, no bet.
Yeah, I would, their only home win against the D1 team was UTRGV, and that they needed a 22-2 run over the last 5 minutes to win that game by 7. They were down by 13 with 5 minutes to go. Somehow were able to go on that huge run and win it. So I don't know what to think of them, even at home. I don't think that they're very good at all. I'll take Oral Roberts. No bet. We can spar here.
Let's spar. Elliott just hates Missouri. That's why he's an Oklahoma guy too. He likes Oklahoma. He loves the musical Oklahoma as well.
That's right.
He loves the musical. This line's shooting up, and I'm going to let it shoot up. Northwestern's line 17.5 now against Valparaiso. I love this Valpo team. I know Northwestern kind of beats up on these low-end teams. Cleveland State winning by 40, Boston, Mercyhurst, but no. It's Roger Powell team. This guy's Illinois guy. I mean, come on. Illinois guy, Roger Powell. How can you not love him? He's building this team up. They fought hard against Wilmington, covered the number, and they fought hard against Marquette, covered the number, covered it against Western Michigan. I love this team. This Valpo team has really grown. I've grown fond with Valpo, but now, I mean, Northwestern kind of maybe potential beat down, but luckily they had that game against Jackson State where they just won by 40. So I think we see a little bit of regression on offense. They got a good game against Butler coming up on Saturday for the mega slate. I'm pumped for that one. So, but Valpo defensively, man, analytics don't lie here. They can defend the three well. They can even defend inside. Rebounding is kind of their struggle, but they got size to deal with Northwestern. I think they match up super well. So give me the Beacons here. To travel a little bit west into Evanston, Northwest, and give me Valpo. I'm gonna let this number climb as well as it's already up to 17.5.
Yeah, I'll be on Valpo as well. I'll wait to bet it. I think you're kind of spot on. I think Northwestern got all their frustrations out off of those 3 straight losses against Jackson State, beating them by 40. Now they kind of are gonna, maybe be just take a little bit of a sigh of relief after that 40-point win. And I think Valpo gets up here, plays pretty competitive. I don't see it as close as like the Marquette overtime loss, but I do see Northwestern winning this probably, in that 10 to 13 range, where it's, we might sweat a little bit. I think maybe Northwestern might be up by 20 at some point in this game. But as Valpo's shown, they continue to fight throughout the entire game. And I think that they get this covered on the stretch.
All right. Butler going into Stores, Connecticut. True home game for Connecticut. I know the Pump Fake Pod not fans of betting on Butler. We just lost by the hook. They just put up 113 points against Connecticut. Connecticut, really good defensively, but they go on tons of scoring droughts. Elliot, what you doing here in this Big East matchup?
I don't know what I'm going to do here.
I think listen. I'm with the juice actually here. I'm not just copying him. I think I like the Bulldogs and I like the over as well. I think we see Butler being able to score, kind of run at pace, force tempo, and Butler really last year took Connecticut to overtime on the road as well in Stores. So I think Thad Matta can get these guys up, at least cover the number at margin. I'm not a fan of laying big points against UConn, so I'll take Butler plus the points, and I do like that over as well too. I think over is a safe. I think we see a good amount of points, but I'll take Butler on the backdoor spot with the points a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm seeing this down to 14.5 kind of across the board. So it's coming down. I know it opened at 16.5. I'll take Butler plus the points. I don't really like it though, but I also I wouldn't be confident in laying a big number with UConn. They've kind of, haven't really been great at laying this kind of a bigger number, especially in the first conference game here in Big East play. I think Butler plays with some pride here. Thad Matta gets the guys ready. And the other thing that's, a little concerning as they're off that double overtime win against Providence. So could be maybe a little gassed, but yeah, give me Butler plus the points.
Yeah, let's go Butler. Butler. I like Butler. BYU is laying, I believe, 24.5 now. BYU is against Pacific. Damn it. I love this Pacific team. I hate not taking them, but I think Pacific is going to have a hard time scoring, especially in Provo. And then now you have Pacific just scoring 104 against Simpson, California, winning by 54 points on Saturday. I don't think that they can replicate, especially with how Pacific's offense kind of works and limits possessions. BYU, absolute juggernauts offensively. I know that they just kicked the shit out of UC Riverside. That bet was easy as well for BYU. But man, I don't love this. I don't love fading Pacific, but I'm going to lay it with BYU and Provo and go against my Pacific Tigers for the first time this season. So sorry, Pacific. Dave Smart, I love you as a coach. I love what you've done with this team. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with when in this West Coast Conference. So, yeah, BYU gets it done. Their athleticism, their rebounding, and Provo lay it.
Yep.
I think maybe my new Pepperdine this year. So
not much to add there. I'll lay it with BYU. Where Pacific really excels is there on the defensive end. However, I think it's going to be a very tough matchup for them against the juggernaut offense, like you said, of BYU. So I'll lay it with BYU here. Not going to fade Provo.
Oh, man. Kansas is laying 17.5 against Towson in Allen Fieldhouse, by the way. This number is kind of soaring up a little bit, too. It looks like everyone's just betting Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse, but I don't know, man. I like Towson. I think they're athletically they could really struggle, but they've had 9 days to prepare for this game now. And even if Kansas decides to run at tempo, which I don't think that they will, Towson's been able to prove that they can run at tempo, scoring 93 against Cornell and playing both sides of the game. Defensively, they could be a problem, but the athleticism in Allen Fieldhouse, tough to fade. I'll let this number climb up with Towson. I'm going to take them plus the points. I think they've had time to circle this. They're going to be ready to go. And I think Towson first half money line potential play as well, too. Not kidding. We see an absolute collapse for Kansas here, especially after a good win in NC State in overtime on Saturday.
Yeah, hell of a win for KU there at NC State. The Melvin Council game, Lord, what a performance by him. 36 points, 9 of 15 from three.
Thank you, Melvin.
Yeah, seriously, everybody should be thanking him. One thing, Darren Peterson, he ended up sitting out like the last 4 minutes of regulation, didn't play in overtime, still dealing with some like lower leg stuff. Didn't look like it was his hamstring, but I think he's always been dealing with some like cramping issues and just some things like that. So curious to see if he is even a go here against the Towson squad. I don't know if they'll maybe, rest him a little bit and kind of as they ramp up towards Big 12 play, or maybe he, plays, but maybe limited minutes. I'll take Towson plus the points, but I probably am going to be more toward just kind of betting the under in these KU games. They've kind of been hitting for me. I see this game as kind of just a slow defensive battle, and I think KU will be more than willing to just kind of slow the pace down like what Towson wants and just, be able to to battle and shut down Towson offensively. I could see this game, KU in the upper 60s and Towson there in like the 50s. So, I like the under 135.5. I was on that under as well in the NC State KU game. Lost it due to the overtime, but it was tracking well if it wouldn't have went to overtime. But I'll be on the under there.
All right, let's go. Arkansas. Oh, go ahead.
I'll take Towson plus the points. Wait to bet it. If it gets above 20, I might just fire on Towson plus the points.
Let's go Towson. Arkansas is laying 24.5 against Queens. We just saw Queens have a good performance. They gave up 111 to Wake Forest, dominated against South Carolina State. Arkansas off of a big win, and Queens off of a freaking just boat race. To me, it's a blind over spot, but it's just a lot of points to bet. I'll back that Queens can score. Arkansas a little tad bit hung over, and Queens able to score. Just kind of worried about them defensively. I'll wait to bet them. Queens can shoot the three. I think that they'll be able to do that even in Fayetteville, even with Arkansas's defense. They're going to have to try to shine and live it and dying by the three. And it semi-worked for them. And now we get Arkansas kind of off of a little hangover spot here. I think that's going to be better for Queens' bad defense, just like we saw them give up with Wake Forest and Miles Colvin, tons of points, 111 for Wake Forest. I think we see a semi-bounce back. I'll take Queens plus the points. But, yeah, blind over spot as well, too, if you're taking the over.
Yeah, I don't mind the over here either. It just, like you said, a lot of freaking points.
A lot of points, yeah.
I'll take Queens plus the points. I won't bet it until tomorrow if I'm going to bet it. I think it could just be, like you said, a little hangover spot for Arkansas, fresh off the comeback win there in the second half against Texas Tech. And now you got the classic sandwich spot, with Houston on deck there on Saturday on another neutral there at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. So I'll be on the points.
Oh, I love that Arizona logo. That three-quarter logo is so sick. Arizona's laying 33.5 against Abilene Christian. The over-under is 146.5. Should we have any thoughts whatsoever other than to lay it? I know it's a lot of points. Arizona kind of coming back off of a travel spot, but I don't care. This is Arizona defensively. Abilene, no size really. They got size, but I don't think they can keep up with the athletes of Arizona and the way Arizona style of play is, especially after how they've been shooting the last three games. So I'll lay it. No bet.
Yeah, I'll take
enjoying the greatness. Sorry, Elliot.
No, you're good. I'll take the points. No bet for me though. I think this Abilene Christian team, they're just going to struggle offensively. So I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up. I know they're good on the defensive side of the ball, but that doesn't mean much of anything to an Arizona team who's really good on both sides of the ball. So I don't mind that over call out by Juice either. Over 146.5. I could see that as well. Zona Hasty, they've got San Diego State on deck. So I'll take the points, but no bet for me. I don't want to fade in this Arizona squad right now. They're playing really well.
Montana State is laying a point against Cal Poly. Over under is 157.5. I'll take Cal Poly at home. Montana State kind of been, laying it down a little bit. 2 tough travel spots going out west. Didn't cover against Oregon State. Didn't cover against Oral Roberts. Cal Poly kind of plays that LA Fitness ball and style, and now they're off of a loss. I think that they get it back at home, get their first D1 win against a home opponent. I don't think Montana State's style of play can keep up with Cal Poly. I'll take Roly-Poly, but don't love it. That means anything. Let's go Cal Poly money line, D1, first D1 win.
This is a fun little clash of styles, as I always like. We've got Montana State, who likes to play slow. You got Cal Poly, who likes to run up tempo, play fast. I think this, total that you're looking at tends to favor the Cal Poly side. I'll take Cal Poly minus, or not minus, but plus the 1.5. Just maybe even bet it on the money line. But I don't, third straight road game for Montana State. They've dropped these last 2, Oral Roberts, then Oregon State. I just think it's a good spot for Cal Poly, even though I know Montana State, decent team, in my opinion. I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with there in the Big Sky. But yeah, let's get Cal Poly their first D1 home win of the season.
All right. Penultimate game of the night. Southern against Cal Baptist. Southern going into Riverside, California. Southern, fun team. They've been good covering. They've been on a little road stretch going to Texas State. Now they're out west of Cal. They're going to go back to Baylor. So they're kind of bouncing around. But they've already been out west. They played against Washington, went to overtime. I think Southern is very, very battle-tested. Cal Baptist at home, though, they beat Western Illinois by 10, dominated Riverside, dominated Grambling State, and won by 12 against USC Upstate. But I don't know. Now they're back at home. I kind of like this Cal Baptist team, but I love the Southern team as well. I think Southern can keep it within margin. We saw Southern drop 2 in a row, and I feel like they always play good. They play well, but just not quite good enough to get them over the edge. But they do cover for sure, and covered against Texas State. So I'll take Southern. But I love this Cal Baptist defense. It is a problem, but I'll ride Southern on the road here. I think that they can be, like Old Man Hasty said, feisty for sure. So let's go Southern in the Jags. It's already up to 10.5, I believe.
Yeah, I'm seeing there's 1, maybe 9.5 out there. So shop around. I'll take that 9.5 with Cal Baptist. I think, first home game here in a month, they're going to get up for this game. I think Southern, I know it's been almost a week since they played. I think their up-tempo style of play could be a little bit detrimental for them against a Cal Baptist team who really likes to play good defensively, but then also they slow it down and get good shots there on the offensive end. So I think that they'll be able to take care of them there at home. So I'll lay it with Cal Baptist minus the 9.5.
All right, final game of the night. UC San Diego laying 2.5, 3.5. Shop around against Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount at home. I think UC San Diego's better. They've caught fire. They got funding there in San Diego, and they're shooting at efficient clip rates. And they've won on the road against Fresno State, Long Beach State, so they're familiar with winning on the road in California. And I think they're gonna do that against Loyola, who we've seen just kind of lay an egg. I mean, 2 weeks off. Don't know how fresh Loyola can be. Some say maybe they're circling this game and getting ready for it, but I don't think so personally. I think it's been tough these last 2 weeks, especially now you're getting fresh legs from or maybe not the freshest legs from UC San Diego, but at least fresher into the system of basketball and in the game. They were competitive on the road against Nevada, even in their loss. I like what Clint Allard and UC San Diego has been doing. I think that they get a little road upset here, or not upset, road win, and avoid the upset on the road. So give me UC San Diego money line, -2.5.
Yeah, I will. I'll be on UC San Diego as well. I don't mind. Shout out JB in the chat. UC San Diego team total over 75.5 as well. That could definitely be a play too. I just think that the Tritons are going to get it done here against Loyola. It's just weird. You'd mentioned it. Weird spot. 2 weeks. 2 weeks off in the middle of December is kind of a weird tactic, but we'll see what Loyola team shows up. I mean, you would think that it's a Loyola spot, given that they've just dropped 2 in a row at home to Stony Brook and St. Louis, so they should want to get up for this game. So I could see people being on Loyola as well, and that's shown with the line coming down to 2.5. But yeah, I might just take that UC San Diego team total over.
I like that. Love it. Check the pick sheet. All of our picks posted on the sheet. Everyone in the chat, thanks for tuning in. 200 plus people on a Monday night going into Tuesday morning viewing us. Thank you so much. Hunkering down in the cold for college basketball season. Appreciate everybody in the chat there. But before we take you home, we're going to ride the rhythm play of the day of Michigan State -23.5. Rhythm like the over, or the Michigan State as well. I think that we see Michigan State get right back and shooting threes just like they were earlier in the season, and we see their physicality and rebounding outmatch Toledo. So we're gonna lay it with Michigan State for our rhythm play of the day. Is back, currently sitting at 18-9 on the season, so it's profitable. And it's they don't have a play of the day, but we just pick one with the bets that we like, and especially if Rhythm likes it, it's just the motivation that we need. And I think Rhythm liked the Butler play as well, Butler plus 14.5, and maybe even some BYU action. So everyone in the chat, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night, normal time, 11 Eastern, 10:45 Eastern. Chopping up the Wednesday slate, going over the games, recapping. I just hit over 800 plus bets total place this season, sitting at 30.82 units. Elliot and I tied today. Basically, I don't have a sister or brother, but like kissing your sister, a little tie there. So give me a better day tomorrow. May our battles be fun, and we will talk about those for sure. And check the pick sheet. We always place it kind of in the put it on in the morning. I'll do this here next hour, and then let some bets go fly closer to tip as well too, as those dogs continue to climb. Elliot, any final thoughts here on December 16th slate of games?
No, should be fun. Like you said, maybe could be a little bit better of spreading them out, not being so front loaded with kind of the 5:30, 6 o'clock slate. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more later games, but I think they did a decent job of spreading them out tomorrow. But it'll be fun. 36 games in action. Be fun to kind of watch a bunch of them when I get home from work. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's keep it rolling.
Let's certainly keep it rolling. Pump fake's been fun. Bangers always in the chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's frickin' keep rolling. And it's always fun just hanging out with you guys every night, making this season worthwhile even more than it already is of the college basketball season. Let's keep building this community. Got great shows as well. Talking shop always. Freaking love this sport. Let's keep rolling. See you guys tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. And hope you have a great Tuesday for sure. So let's freaking go.